the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Send ye name and Sama Ecoso, my gun, and Maham see, ye mammy, a good tokono. Mamma, and just a wooden Juma, send ye say any penny a fair a your demo of my Ghana. Now a buying society by a legend drama in Mahama, I see one pema mini beam. Intino a name can one point a yen just acting a chief justice, and just was suspending Mameno. Now Mahama. Esi wonpe ma make to kono ebiem ene no the minority are more parliament no wo ascend a strong caution e de ama John Dramani Mahama aje so wo achim se Mahama and reinstated a imami chief justice obefisi the legal action and just a woman any abra any for the agro na wo send this caution de John Dramani Mahama fi say imami get to kono ubia any boni amame aye nase maame no ayede ti aye o my Ghana pu na Mahama obaya o si unhia maame ni bim enam boni anase bibi kakra bi anase ade a wo free say wo ba be ya enche say e maame getu tokunu on fa ni support e ma efisa ade a wo be ye no ti say boom boom na no so nenso maame ne fa ni support e ma wo ti no o si unhia no e wo eye wo mamu intene no the minority ensema e komo John Dramani Mahama no je be koni akuti
condemns President John Dramani Mahama's reckless and unconstitutional decision to suspend her ladyship, Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokono, under the purported authority of Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution. This brazen action constitutes nothing less than a judicial coup, a flagrant abuse of executive power, and a direct assault on the independence of Ghana's judiciary. Taking legitimate legal challenges are pending before the Supreme Court. This move reeks of political vendetta, judicial intimidation, and a calculated effort to pack the courts with NDC sympathetic judges. As President Mahama himself put it, openly, when he promised this during his address in Akosombo in 2023. We are saying that this is a clear violation of due process, and as there is a pending judicial review. President Mahama's decision to suspend the Chief Justice, despite active proceedings before the Supreme Court questioning the constitutionality of the process, is an unpardonable affront to the rule of law. It represents executive overreach of the highest order, a textbook case of interference in judicial independence, and sets a dangerous precedent, evoking memories of a dark era in our nation's history that we believed was firmly and finally behind us. The minority, committed to justice, constitutionalism, and the sanctity of the judiciary, demands the immediate reversal of this unconstitutional act by President John Dramani Mahama. We issue this unequivocal warning to President Mahama and his administration, and further ask that any further harassment, intimidation, or unlawful removal of the Chief Justice will meet fierce legal and public resistance. Any attempt to pack the judiciary with politically compliant judges will be challenged to the fullest extent of the law. The legal fraternity, civil society, and all defenders of democracy, and women, I am actually more worried about the fact that our daughters should feel threatened at this stage, because it tells you that you cannot aspire as a woman to get to this level. Women, please take note. Do not sleep for John Mahama to redirect state institutions under his cloak.
Officer, I'm quoting from the petition. By failing to establish these tribunals by the Chief Justice Tokono, she has denied citizens their constitutional right to participate in the administration of justice as guaranteed by the Article 1251 and 2 of the Constitution. In the science, CJ set up tribunal system in our court system nintino enyina so a officer CJ up breaching the constitution and into yempamu seat CJ till her failure to establish regional tribunals has created a vacuum till in the justice delivery system, denying citizens access to justice and promoting justice. Dabi or say Christopher no the entire yampamu chief justice ne say obi nya sema onya court mfanko because tribunal system ni your court system nimti and nti enyi CJ de na se sebi o se we are buying and I say I'm not the investigative body in the entranching uko jina we sunti se chief justice
asma woka ojitumwa
na one here ubenya obi kaseti in fact the petition no ni nyina so nyina papa ewo mu nyina no
tribunal
say by failing to establish the tribunal no amanfo enya asema o say create vacuum in the justice system until the asem court untimi enya mo papa your papa your bia anti yempam chief justice and Christopher o free Japan on only petition eno nanchen the fifth petition apart from the three three no so nipa no e dey akoma President Mahama no so afọ we dey ama the committee ni so mun ko na yen fanko pamu chief justice and say ono so owura bi Stephen Alfred Kwabena Asiedu or they call 2nd April bosumi ya ewumia ye shase na o de call ye no say chief justice aye bone enunti yenyi chief justice edi na chief justice bone a waye ne say in the opinion or say the CJ or say in any kind or say chief justice or lack the ability to discharge her duties required of her as chief justice.
How?
Hey, also here article 146 now.
Yeah.
Say or say nyoma with me so amere apam CJ ne say one ebia or you incompetent. 2 why nyoma bia one misbehave and say ne conduct bi. And the last one say baby or yare and say ontimi enye na djuma na lack the ability to obey chief justice adjuma. To ono no or say chief justice any sa obi be say ability na or dey na adjuma because one or say chief justice ekoye conference bi or Labadi hotel here wo mu baako na otufu no o ka kire registrars now registrar for no mo magistrate various magistrate courts ne say so omo e de omo rates omo samone amanfo aba court aya omo ma lawyers enhwem because aya mo mistakes ne ade na sa advice now de maaye no e kire say onti na dwuma ase eninti yempamu CJ no nkwankwo tena nchen. I see the CJ ended up creating incoherence and disharmony contrary to the theme she spoke on. That's a program no by instructing and warning the registrars not to issue out rates of litigants at the district court, but ask litigants to go for lawyers to issue the rates. So upaso udo bi court na upaso usi obi a compare lawyer no lawyer nhwe wo wasem na upaso odi mam o man mu no
enya no yes enya jisho papa no
say only bago until the word embarrassment
otobo enti nam say sa to no de come litigants ne registrars no say am fa lawyers no anu hunti
lack of knowledge.
Ebio or say chief justice the same as a Kwabena Asiedu petition 2nd April.
No DVD here.
Or the Alfred Kwabena Asiedu.
Hey yada coming.
Or say CJ Emma I say CJ or make a request and there old petition ni krampo say anka say the Supreme Court adwuma na adults no ko be here about 5 more judges ama omaba beboa na say the sa request now okoye no itia Ghana mla eno nti no enam say saadi enti yenyina so ne fa yenyina di
so I requesting for more judges now
sorry request in any case it didn't even happen because senke no no appointing say judges mra me adwuma nimpo na betima kase bia but to say bia we panimu a woda bia no now make a request say nipa na na adwuma say oye sa arrangement no because request the president cry tie mpa
me won request a recommendation no yeah you
but in any case so oye mpa senka be go through the process can parliament would have support about approve and I'm about can let be what happen the Ghana Bar Association support to her in principle what is here or say no sad no ye in sunti no ye ni CJ and look am support as e koi ama ya determine pain but as whether you can try will be on another the same matter another committee and the lawyers in the better me lawyer and me nim ebio I say I took step to set aside my or say or no correct I see no MCA nedi wrongful dismissal na Chief Justice set a committee of disciplinary committee bi I said the disciplinary committee no e fine no say why from so na sa disciplinary committee no from so na omo maaye no hey ti am because I say CJ set a disciplinary committee bi and the disciplinary committee established an allegation of abuse of power and malicious prosecution against Ono sa Kwabenano. Na enamine society ma ye nedi. Na o say o take steps to set aside the wrongful removal as contained in Exhibit A or the evidence by, and sought to file a judicial review application at the registry of the Human Rights High Court, Accra, which processes was served on the CJ on or around December 4, 2023. To my shock and surprise, by the next morning, December 5th, I dare say she had leaked the letter to the media, and my removal became topical issue on all media, both print and electronic. And I'm saying, or say, or filing processes, ye nedi. This committee ye nedi. No filing processes. Judicial, no filing process. High Court say, and I'm say High Court. The rights ya tete and fa hu die so High Court nhwem na High Court nhwemu na no ohun ya ne se ne suit no apia bontina amanfo discuss enam say nti ogidi say Chief Justice na leaky sa suit no and the Chief Justice yenye dey yenyi Chief Justice said based on that or say now, I intend to file yet another petition against Justice Amanda Juliana Akins about her handling of the case. Because apparently, osa the court and court esa bogui. In the name of court, abogu ni the Chief Justice ni muhumbi. You see, madam, one say, minim one crowd ya office ya UAD and into ne Chief Justice na Judicial Service enya adwen. Wako court, Human Rights Court, court na abogu. You have the right to also appeal. Anameboa. Why you use the processes so? Processes are using no exhaustive me. O say the media and I say I'm for 10 who asem kura ampo no ma ebe topical or media ni muninti ntino. Uji this CJ na man ni P nti enyi CJ di. Etiefo ni ahwe. Mun show these are reasons nti a ye dey akọ court say and I yakov committee say yempa mu see Chief Justice o. This is the 5th petition I account. And it's Nebio Oba the other petitioner wo oma ayina.
Yes, I'm the first one.
Share.
Why in your wajabaku?
Shanisa.
No, waja the Sikano, yes, say,
no, I know the first one.
I feel like the train.
And no, why a two? Why
no.
Shining Star anyway?
No, me Shining Star. 2 no.
Shining Star no akan wa ha.
Ma kan happen. Baba just said 2 way no. The so-called
latest.
New latest petition almost
the new kids on the block.
I know indicted the Chief Justice so much say nunti yempamu Chief Justice. Enu no new say baako or say Chief Justice come advice.
Anti we no committee no atena se agiatum say we ensure.
President Mahama refer to the committee so we omu kotena se no munwenwen ho.
We.
Aye. Say okoma advice. Say uye masutwini na pozo kwotwe manso akofa lawyer
no mo
no mo na akofa koma magistrate registrar afenzo osenka yenya tribunals
no yenya nti
yenya
na ono no nko ani CJ awaba yenya tribunal
aketi vacuum wo judicial wo pese wo pe attention
se sa afutuo na ye kan no so no angasa wantie se afutuo on se no ti nya ala wa hu ti e ka je se wo di asem kokko ta ko
ya no ncheche mu ma
oko human rights asem no wo kan ho a the same afutuo de ma na wa mfa na nya no
where the other 3 petitions. You remember Sikasem?
Yeah.
I bring you here. There's one Chinese star then the Yakapen. Says Chinese star there no. Ura a JB signer or chile say the same request to increase judges in one semia. Or say no I am from so and I think so. Or no one can say Chinese star for ya or say none the Chief Justice make his request no you nyaso enfam no which it didn't happen anyway. She only made a request and amaso and the second petition I no hia na police ni no Yakubu no ono petition so ono say nyina so na enfanye CJ no ono no or say Chief Justice etna case bi so na sa case no wabra na Speaker Babin etna parliament ekire say nkofu bi a omukọ independent omu seat abe vacuum no or say afenyo marking court based on article 2 for an interpretation of the chief speaker wo parliament no ho ensensem uka article 2 e say the chief Supreme Court no also mutena so interpret your constitution no nti afenyo marking apply sa case no say the Supreme Court chechirem say the speaker here no kwa paso anase nye kwa paso so o ka say MPs bi o mukọ independent no o mu sit na be vacant no o say sa case no na o mukọ yiye mu hwehwe mu no o mu ye an expert expert ni say o court wa bra wa inform speaker na nam sa nti no wa yemfom so enti yenyi na di say ni one say expert is this the first time we be a court for expert motion and application ana na enfumso mpo say obekọ court akọje apply for expert motion ana anya enfumso enti obi akọ court na article 2 say Supreme Court na also omoye na say Chief Justice atena one ne other judges atena sa case no so a utimi be kire say sa de na waye no enfum so nti yempamu Chief Justice udwe ho wonte ase meanwhile unim say okay article 127 2 to say oko parliament you say assembly nipa no beka wo parliament no or immunity into parliament kura no nsem bi wo nipa no beka untumi kura fa ne court what you say proceeding is part of that immunity no even the executive the presidency so immunity say we are president now take decisions be any man no be nanya nipa kum anasa ade bi ade owo na yaba ofi power court mpo fa ne court of the decision actions be awaye as president utu fa ne court that same immunity no the chief the Supreme Court and the court and so be in article 1272 but the 127 say independence of the judiciary and then the 1272 say neither the president in fact una mameka 1271 na yentia say in the exercise of the judicial power of Ghana the judiciary in both its judicial and administrative functions including financial administration, is subject only to the Constitution and shall not be subject to the control or direction of any person or authority. And to say, we the courts, young court, no, omu adwuma, obi biya ntimi nhyɛ omu, enkyerɛ omu ne omu nyɛ, enni omu omu that immunity, no.
Yeah.
The same 1272 or say neither the president nor parliament nor any person acting under the authority of the president or parliament nor any other person whatsoever shall interfere in judges or judicial officers or other person exercising judicial power in the exercise of their judicial functions, and all organs and agencies of the state